Hi, I'm Erin Williams, and I'm the author and illustrator of Commute. It's called in English, or En Tren in Spanish. And it is my graphic memoir about my experience with being a woman in public. It was very painful to write. Some people ask me if creating the book was cathartic, but for me it wasn't, because I had to relive a lot of these experiences, not just to write about them, but to draw them. So I had to sort of put myself, literally draw myself into some very painful memories from my past. But I do think over time it has been healing, especially when people reach out to me and tell me that the book means something to them, or that they felt seen, or that their experiences in their past were validated. By reading the book, that's the best part. It makes the pain worth it. All of this, the sort of collective harm or trauma that I describe in the book, it's still very present in my life. I'm still figuring out how to live with it and how to negotiate it, and where I can give myself more agency, or where, I'm still trying to make sense of the past. And it's a me project. I mean, look, it's culture, right? It's like you're swimming in the soup of the culture. I don't think that, I mean, the thing that I hear from men who read the book most is that they weren't aware of the harm that they may have caused, right? So I hope that it is a tool for awareness. I mean, it's a tricky question. Like it's, women are far more often, I would say, harmed rather than harming in these situations because of the cultural soup. One of the things about one of the things, important things around the discussion of consent is when you're 16 or 18 or 22, like I was in these, or any age really, and you are so drunk that you can't walk, or even less drunk, you can't consent. You can't say yes because you're not there. I was so desperate to connect to other people, and this was the way that I knew how to get people to engage with me, because they wanted something from me, right? They wanted sex. My relationship to myself is always in flux, I think. And I have good days and bad days, but it's been a really long-term process of healing for me. I'm sort of the same way that I was able to write a really vulnerable book. Like I feel like a wounded animal a lot of days, so trying to, it's still a struggle to figure that out, what my relationship to my own body is. And I think it's very powerful to be vulnerable with others and share the parts of yourself that you're most ashamed of, because it helps people, like the women or the people that I heard from that said, I had experiences like these where it wasn't really clear to me what happened, but I had a bad feeling about it and I didn't know what to do with it and how to make sense of it. I felt that was something that was sort of missing from the Me Too conversation around when I created this book, that sometimes there are situations that feel uncomfortable. And when you look at that in the microcosm of one individual, and then you project it into the culture as a whole, right? Misogyny, patriarchy, the devaluing of women. There's certainly a connection there that I wanted to explore. And when you use yourself, when I used myself as an example in my shame to make those connections visible, and also I think to show how it's possible to heal from past trauma and move forward. Yeah, that was really powerful.